Welcome back to the shop. Guess it's been a while, but we are starting some new projects, and I figure that we should make a series on it. Been too long since I've had a camera in the shop, and we've got some big projects going on. We have the two Miata race cars, Tramp and Moose, and we decided that we want to put LFX V6s in them. And in Moose, to be able to use more of the top end power, we're going to try running the BMW DCT gearbox. So we got a lot of work to do. I figure I'd get you caught up on where we're at so far. I know the shop probably couldn't be messier right now because we're in a bit of a construction project with this mezzanine back here, but it's about the right time to get the cameras out anyway, so it'll get cleaned up eventually. Whatever, so I'll show you where we're at. Alright, so we got Moosey, I got the motor out, or me and Chris did. And the next thing to do on this thing is gut all this wiring. The only thing that's going to stay in is probably the ABS module and its wiring. This is a ABS module out of a BMW and seems to be working pretty awesome. We've got some work to do to clean some things up over here. We've still got the old proportioning thing in there from before we had ABS. I think that oil filter housing probably needs to get pulled to get out of the way. At some point this subframe is going to have to leave, but not yet. Inside the car, got a lot of electrical to remove, but we're getting there. Probably going to leave the fuel tank in for now. I don't even have another one on order, but we're going to have to run more fuel in the car for sure. PD's hanging out. Got some stuff we've taken out already. The one motor got sold. Here's the other one, some gearboxes, diff. We're not gonna need any of this where we're going. Got just parts and things everywhere. We had all these parts like organized over there, and then this thing came in, so yeah, not gonna need any of that. Got the motor out of this car. Tramp is gonna run most of its factory wiring, other than obviously the engine harness, so not as much to remove from this car, at least for right now. So that'll save a little bit of time. The race we're shooting for is the beginning of March with WRL. So that's at Barber. So not a ton of time to get things sorted out. Here's the BMW DCT box. So we've got to get an adapter made up. We've got one adapter here, but that's mostly to go from the DCT to the LS, because we were going to bolt that up to this LS over here, but then we started using PD for drifting, and kind of unnecessary right now. I mean, we pretty much just stick the car in third and fourth gear and give it the business. Here's one of our LFXs that we got. Nice short little guy. Hopefully it's not that much heavier than the iron block 4-cylinder that we took out, but we'll see. Anyway, that's kind of it. I know I haven't even shown this shop much at all, so I'll give you a little update on the shop. Everything under here is supposed to be like new machine shop stuff, kind of divided up into two long hallways. Mezzanine up top, when that's done, will be all storage for race car parts. We've got some race car stuff and some work stuff stacked up top. Everything else is just kind of a cluttery mess. Obviously we have the lift up, and we've got our alignment rack, which bought this used and been kind of fixing it up, and it's been working really well until yesterday one of the old hydraulic lines blew out, so now I got to fix that. So like I said, it's a mess, but you know, all shops are, I guess, a work in progress when it's for hobby use. I got Chris's mill. He got this all cleaned up, and the lathe. Certainly we're going to put one of these to use pretty soon. We're going to put some 8/8 differentials in. So I've got one housing here that we kind of stripped the other day, and need to get an LSD. This was an open diff, so definitely need to get some things on order, else not going to have anything to put back in these cars, but gotta keep getting them stripped out, get them as close to ready for new parts as possible. We're definitely a couple weeks out on new parts, so you know, could take a little bit. All right, let's see. So just got this thing off the scales and stripped down like this. It currently weighs 360 pounds. So it's definitely pretty chunky. I mean, I thought it would be 360, 370, like with accessories and the flex plate on it, but yeah, unfortunately not. So while I'm in here pulling stuff out, another thing to remember is that this mechanical throttle pedal has to go. That's another one of those we're not going to need this where we're going situations, so need to get this assembly out of here. Basically means I have to pull off all these steering rack mounts and things, which is probably fine because we need to cut up the firewall inside the engine bay, which is right where this goes through. So I might as well remove this steering column, throttle pedal, and basically all of this wiring. So yeah, how hard could it be? All right, we got pretty good access to the rat's nest now. See what we can dig out. Well, let's see. I've got throttle pedals, brake pedal, and steering column out. So lots of room down here now. And hopefully I can get this wiring out. Took out, yeah, pretty much everything that was in the way. So I need to, like, this is all one piece basically, so I need to cut these apart and then remount the new throttle pedals to this bracket. Similar thing that I did in P. Yeah. So there is the GM electronic throttle pedal. Just gonna bolt it up to the flat part of that bracket and then attach that little ear that sticks off the side. It actually lines up pretty well. So we can do that again. Next we gotta do that 2 more times, 1 for each car. Speaking of which, I find where the other pedal assembly is. Ah, there it is. I guess, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, I see. So in this car, the MX, what is that, MXG? I don't know. It's attached to the steering column, so it came out pretty easy. This is like a whole table of things we need to modify. So we've got some knuckles here. Got some knuckles turn into drift knuckles. There's the jig. This has a seized spherical bearing in it. So got a fresh one here. Just gotta kind of cut this sleeve out and redo that. And brake booster. This brake booster doesn't feel right, so we're gonna replace this one with another one. Hopefully within a week or so we'll have some mounting stuff here and we'll be able to keep going. But for now, that's it. Please feel free to like and subscribe, and see you in part 2.